Alright, welcome back to another weekly update of my building LEGO Jedha City, where this is week 9 now, and this is where I got to last week. Up to the wall. I've built 2 wall segments actually, and I asked in the comments which one people preferred, and I'm waiting for more comments. So for the moment, I'm not going to continue with the wall just yet. I already started, before I started filming this video, with the Star Destroyer stand. I managed to build this all the way up to here. I wanted to make sure that it was built up to the appropriate height, that it actually lines up fairly well with this layer. Now, to be fair, this is one plate higher than this, but I'm okay with that. At least it lines up fairly well, and I just made sure that, this is all the way around now, plated off, for me to then in the future put on details for the city. So that I'm pretty happy with right now, and I can't really continue with the wall. So I need to do something else for the moment, and I have figured out something, but people may not like it too much. But in my personal opinion, I'm not happy with this part over here. I'm fairly happy with how it looks over on that side, so I'm not going to change too much about that. But I think I'm going to take this apart entirely and rebuild this. I have a lot of different pieces now that I didn't have before, that I can now use, that I want to use to make this look better. So yeah, a bit of a drastic step. I'm going to take it apart, and hopefully it'll look better once I'm done. And like, also I need to make sure that it lines up well with that over there. So let's go into a time lapse where I take it apart and build it better. Alright, I personally think this is looking a whole lot better than it did before. Now, Not that, anything was necessarily wrong with before, but I just prefer what I've done this time around. And also, I've started with some of these plates, these wedge plates over here, throughout. It just gives a little bit more of detail to the rockwork. So I'm quite happy with that and how that's turning out. And I'm also going to do the same thing on the other side. But right now, I want to focus on the top here. A couple of things you may notice. First of all, yes, I have used the display tile as a support. I don't really have other use for it, simply because also this is not the Devastator anymore. According to canon, the Jedha City Star Destroyer is called the Dauntless, so yeah, I can just use it as a tile. This is really strong, by the way, because it's an 8x16 tile on top of the plate, and yeah, this is immovable now, so in that regard, it's a very helpful tile to support the Star Destroyer stand. But more importantly, over here and here and here, I have these bricks that are going to support the wall. And the wall is a bit flimsy, so I hope this doesn't break on me this time around. But here we go. So, as I said, I hope this doesn't break, and I hope this just goes on nicely. But I have made sure that it all lines up well. So let's see. All right. And oh, yeah, it is breaking on me. Oh well. So fix that. All right. So let's see. There you go. Now, look at this. Look at how this is coming along. Of course, I know there are a lot of plates and tiles that need to go underneath here to fill this up, and here as well. But at least I've made sure that at 3 different points it's now attached. It lines up with the other modules if I were to put those next to them. So yeah, I think this is looking pretty cool so far. And it's actually a lot of work done. Look at that. Now, I need to turn my attention back to the internal structure again, because now I need to make sure that the wall lines up with the plates that are going to go over there. So, speaking of internal structure, I have another package with parts for the internal structure, so let's unbox this. Okay, this is surprising, but they packaged it really tightly. To be fair, it was very nice that it is like this, because now it just fit through my letterbox and I didn't have to wake up for a delivery person. But I specifically ordered this for these 3 parts. Of course, a whole bunch of 2x2 brick. Yet again, I needed them because, well, internal structure requires 2x2 brick. It's a law at this point. I also needed 6x8 plates. That's what you have in here, and those are for that little part over there. So I'll get to that. And also 1x2 dark tan bricks, because I have so many 2x2 dark tan bricks, but I need these to create the towers. So yeah, I'm happy that this is all here. So next up, internal structure work. All right, so some progress was made. Not everything that I really wanted, but at least this entire thing is done now. So that's cool. Um, the issue you can see, well, I have started it, not finished it, and this is completely unfinished. At least in terms of 2x2 bricks, that is built up exactly to where I want it to be, and I am not going to need any more 2x2 bricks for the interior. Did I cheat a little bit by using the tall bricks? Yes, I don't care. The truth is, I have these left really because I don't really think that I'm going to need a whole lot of them for the exterior, and I still have a bunch of them left. So I think I have enough in that regard. But yeah, for this entire part, I do not have the plates required to do the same thing as over there. And over there, I don't have them. I completely ran out of the 2x16 plate that I've been using, and also the 2x8 plate that I've been using. So I'm going to need to order more of those. But actually, I'm going to order a bunch of different kinds of plates, especially here with the Star Destroyer stand. They have like weird angles, and I need to figure out exactly how long the plate is going to need to be and how many of them I need. And also, like with these weird angles of the wall going around, I'm going to figure out like what kind of wedge plates do I need to line it up well, because I know that there are going to be a couple of gaps, but I want them to be as minimal as possible. So that is going to be a challenge in terms of placing my next bricklink order, but I'm not going to be showing that. The next thing that I'm going to be showing is the wall section over there. That entire wall section needs to be built at a certain angle. I am yet to really figure out how that works, also because these are 2 modules. So let's figure that out next. Okay, wow. The entire wall section has been completed as far as I could complete that, but it looks pretty insane. So let me walk you through the process for a moment. I tried to incorporate, different colors as much as I could. So over here you see more of the dark orange. Unfortunately, I still had to go with the other design that wasn't the preferred one, but I needed to do that because I just had so many of these tall bricks that I needed to use. And I mean, they pretty much were intended for the wall, so why the hell not, right? So yeah, I used that over here, but for a big part of it, I managed to use, the different colors, the dark orange, the dark tan, a lot of medium nougat. So at least the wall is now all the way around. And now comes a next challenge, because as you can see, there are colors here. There are gaps here. This is definitely very gappy. And I also need to figure out what kind of exact angle do I want. But that is going to be for next week. This is all I can do for this week. So yeah, next week I'm gonna probably get an order in for all the plate work on the inside, or at least a lot of the plate work, not everything, because I still haven't figured out the exact wedge plates that I need, but I have at least ordered the bulk for this and that, and also for the Star Destroyer stand specifically, so that all of that should be finished next week. I'm looking forward to doing that so that I can figure out, the more detailed stuff around the edges with the wedge plates, and then I can figure out what to do with the city. But yeah, I also need to figure out those details, and also probably some of the rock work over here and over here. That's the exact reason that I fixed the rock work over here, because I figured that was just needed. So I am very happy with how this rock work is now improved and lines up better with the wall than it did before. So that is all for next week. I hope you liked this update. So if you liked it, then please leave a like on the video, comment with your thoughts on the wall and everything. But I am pretty happy myself. Also, look, the walkway is now all the way up into the city. Very cool. Really like that one. But yeah, subscribe to the channel for more of this type of content. I do Star Wars content, LEGO content all the time. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button. And then I'll see you next week. May the Force be with you.